Hi, my name is Jessica and I'm from grade 10. In this video, I'll be talking about my math Q4 big project about probability. So the topic for my big project is what is the probability of girls being more addicted to social media than guys? So first, let's get started with the introduction. So like I said, that was the title of my project, and some background information about it was that the survey was conducted near the end of the school year about social media and its addiction. And in this generation, it can be seen that people are starting to use their phones to the extent where it has become a lifestyle. But the question that has many people curious, including myself, is who is more addicted to social media, girls or guys? So I'm pretty sure we all have a feeling as to who the winner is, but why not back it up with some statistical research? So that's what will be discussed in this presentation. The information can be used to help understand people's views on society and the role that genders play on the topic of social media and addiction. So even though I don't take any psychology or health and values classes, I'm definitely interested in finding out what society's perception is on this topic, as well as mathematically who is more addicted to social media, guys or girls. So for my research question, I have the main question, which is, what is the probability of girls being more addicted to social media than guys? My other questions include the ones that were used in my survey, which are you male or female? What grade are you in? Do you have a social media account? How many social media accounts do you have? How often do you use social media apps? And between men and women, who do you think uses social media apps more often? So for the last question, it was asked due to curiosity of society's perceptions of which gender they believe are more prone to be addicted to social media. The results from this survey question will be compared to the end result. So I definitely asked more questions than I needed to, but I really wanted to see and was really curious about society and who they think is more addicted to social media. Moving on to hypothesis, we have two of them. The first one is most NEVA students believe that males are addicted to social media more than women, and my second one is most NEVA students believe that women are more addicted to social media more than men. So now moving on to variables, I have two variables. The first one is explanatory variable, which is independent, and my explanatory variable were the genders, which are male and female. And for my response variable, which is the dependent, the response was the addiction to social media, meaning how many hours was spent using social media. So for the factors that needed to be controlled, I had one, and the factor that needed to be controlled was the sample size of students that will be surveyed from each grade. There needs to be a specific amount of people from each grade because the results will be compared between the grades, and that way there will be a just conclusion. So for example, if there are 30 people in grade 7, but there are 50 people in grade 6, it would not be fair to judge them because there should be an equal size from each grade. That way it will be a fair conclusion. And another factor that needed to be controlled was that I could only have 100 surveys because SurveyMonkey only limited the amount to only 100 surveys to be asked. Now moving on to methods, this is for sampling in population. So the population for this test included students from NEVA International School starting from grade 6 to 12. The sample size was for 100 students, and the subjects were chosen based on the ages that are more likely to use mobile applications, which are around the ages of 11 to 18. That made students better test subjects than people of other ages, for example, 60 years old. I definitely wanted to choose people who are more into the technological era and definitely use their phones multiple times a day. Now moving on to the methods for data collection, the data was collected through a custom-made survey that had specific questions written to help answer the main question. So in order to collect more data, surveys were sent to students using Facebook Messenger, as well as going to each classroom to ask for the students' participation in answering the survey questions. So as you can see below, there is a sample of what my survey looks like and the results that were given to me. Moving on to the methods for my research instrument, in order to get the data, I gave out a questionnaire to students from grades 6 to 12, and the questionnaire was made using surveymonkey.com. It was used because it was the easiest and fastest way to get answers from a big sample size. There was a total of 6 questions on the survey. So here's what my survey looks like. I had 6 questions, like I said, and you can see that in the first box. And in the second box, you can see the options that were given to participants to choose from. Now moving on to the statistical method, in order to get the results, I use the probability rule for events that are not independent. So the rule will help find the probability of either men or women being more addicted to social media depending on the hours that they use it. So the numbers are from the results of the survey, and they will be used to replace the A and B in the equation. As you can see, the first picture shows the equation for not independent events, also known as dependent events, and then the second one is the probability rule for independent events. So this is my results that I was able to gather from the surveys. Just by looking at it, you can tell that females are pretty high up there when it comes to being addicted to social media. Okay, so this is the calculations that I used. Once again, I used the not independent probability rule. So what I did was I took 31 out of 100. So if we go back to the results, we can see that 31 comes from the total of males, over 100 comes from the total of both female and male combined, and then I multiplied that by 8 over 31. So going back to the results, the 8 comes from the specific number of males that use social media applications for only 1 to 2 hours a day, over 31 over the total of males. And that gave me 0.08, also known as 8%. So as you can see, I did this calculation for both male and female, and for the probability for each hour a day. So this is the calculation for 1 to 2 hours a day. This is the calculation for 3 to 4 hours a day. This is the calculation for 5 to 6, and this one is for more than 7 hours a day. So as you can see here, I have a pie chart showing the probability of girls being more addicted to social media more than guys in percentages. So as you can see, each color represents a specific hour and a specific gender, and there you can see the percentages as well. So here we have the discussion, and I already explained it, but in this discussion it just talks about how I got the calculations and what I did to get the calculations. Now we have the differences. So I wanted to see the difference between the percentage for girls and the percentage for guys. So as you can see in the beginning, I have the probability of a female using their phone for 1 to 2 hours a day, which is 19%, and the percentage for guys is 8. And I just subtracted it and it gave me 11%. So as you can see, that is a pretty high percentage. So for the conclusion, as you can see, I stated both the hypothesis, and as a result, hypothesis number 1 was accepted, but hypothesis number 2 was rejected. Hypothesis number 1 was accepted because it is true that girls are more addicted to social media more than guys based on the information gathered. And in all of the hours, it can be seen that the percentage of girls using social media are much higher than the percentage of guys. Furthermore, the results also revealed that the peak time for most females and males to use social media is for 3 to 4 hours a day, so 25% for females and 13% for males. So for the conclusion, this is for the bonus question, question number 6. It shows us that the theory also matches society's point of view, that girls are more addicted to social media than guys. As you can see below, the picture shows that out of 100 people, 85% thought that women are more addicted to social media, and only 15% that took the survey thought only men were addicted to social media. So this shows that the theory is also accepted in society's perception from both men and women that women are truly the winners when it comes to being more obsessed with social media. So now I want to know, what do you think? Do you think that men are more addicted to social media, or do you think that women are more addicted to social media? Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, let me know what you thought. Yes, thank you, and bye.